you guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. It is Wednesday, June 3rd, I believe. Yeah, it's June 3rd. I am 38 weeks and 5 days, and we are 2 days away from induction day. I see her. Still no signs of her coming on her own. I've been having some contractions here and there, still mostly at night, but they haven't been closer than like 10 minutes, and they're still pretty mild, so I don't think they're doing much of anything. But we're about to head out. We gotta go get groceries. Christopher needs a haircut, and we're gonna get some lunch. I'm working on uploading today's video real quick while London opens her present. You only got 2 left. What's that? Open your present.
Get that out of your way. Ray, stop eating your tail, weirdo.
Daddy. Just put it down.
Cleo's like, what is that? Put it down.
I really have to take it.
Uh-huh.
Papa.
Paper.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. Rip it little piece by piece and make me grab every piece when I'm trying to do something.
Daddy. Right now.
What's that?
Why do you think that, like, why do you do that every time? She's like, haha, I'm ripping paper, haha. When we were telling you to, kid.
What?
Daddy.
Thank
Come on,
you.
be growling.
Look at your toy. What is that?
Toby.
What's that?
Daddy.
Are those bath toys? Are those for the
You got a
bath?
sloth, a flamingo, a koala. I can't tell what that is. A dinosaur and a panda. Or is it a monkey?
Daddy.
What are those? Those
Look at
cute.
the flamingo. That goes in the
She
bath.
wants you to open it.
Hi.
Can you say flamingo? Say flamingo.
Mingo. Say mingo.
A panda.
Say dinosaur.
Open.
Does it mean
We're about to leave.
dogs will eat them?
Yeah, she's had another pack of those that are mostly chewed. They're all either missing an ear or a tail. Man, it is hot today. Old lady right next to me just watched me. We are leaving Walmart. We just loaded the car up. Old lady is still staring at me. We got lunch on our way here. Now Christopher's gonna go get a haircut because he needs one.
I need what?
A haircut. He's telling me he's gonna cut half of his top off. How much do you have up here?
A lot.
Jesus, when did it get that long?
Told you, dude, it grows retarded fast.
I say cut off about 2 inches.
No, I said half of it.
That is. It doesn't need to be shorter than your forehead.
It is not 4 inches long, dude. Cut off half of it. Yeah, 2 inches.
That's too short. That haircut, we
It's like
always
10
say
inches
to your
long.
forehead. It is not 10 inches long. But he's gonna go to Sports Clip real quick and get a haircut. And then we have to stop by ATMs and such. and then we're gonna go home and unload the groceries. And we had to buy a new hose today because we accidentally broke our other hose.
She, not we.
Filling the water balloons the other day, or the other week. So we bought a new hose today so we can fill up the pool again. So I want to try and do that and take her outside some. And I'm not sure what else is on the agenda today. I gotta do some cleaning and I gotta shampoo the carpets. And
I don't know my password.
Yeah. Cleaning, shampoo the carpets. I gotta make sure like stuff that London gets into is put away for when I'm not here. And go outside some. I'm losing my train of thought. Tomorrow I have to go do my pre-induction stuff, which I think it's like blood work and what's the word? Like paperwork. Just make sure they have my insurance on file and like have everything ready for me to come in Friday morning. His grandma is gonna come to our house tomorrow. Don't know when, but she's coming to stay with us now.
Afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon. And then she's gonna be staying with us until, I'm guessing until she goes home. I'm not sure. Like I'm sure she's gonna want to stay long enough to like for me to come home and to actually meet Ashlyn. She didn't come all this way to not even meet Ashlyn, obviously. So I'm sure she'll stay at least through Sunday, whenever I'll probably be coming home. I still have not gotten a call from the hospital about doing the COVID test. I was told that they would call me and have me come in and do it 3 days in advance. It is now Wednesday afternoon. I go in Friday morning and they still haven't called about that, so not sure what's going on. I think I'm gonna ask them tomorrow and ask if they can do it. That way I don't have to wait as long when I come in on Friday. So hopefully they can do it tomorrow and get my results back sooner. That way I won't have to wear a mask as much, hopefully. And do whatever else they need me to do. And then just make sure everything at home is squared away for London and everyone.
If I waited in that line, I would have to wait at 2 more.
Make sure his grandma knows where things are and knows what London's gonna need and stuff like that. Which she's been to our house, what, like 2 times before? Briefly?
Once when she... Christ, dude.
Something that I've been struggling with the past couple weeks is like just all the changes that my body went through this time. I didn't really realize it up until a couple weeks ago how much has actually changed. Like obviously I knew that I was getting bigger, but I didn't really realize that I was getting bigger in so many other places, because with London I pretty much only gained in my stomach, but this time I've gained a lot in my legs and butt area, which I've been needing some more fat down in the booty because I haven't been necessarily blessed down there. But the weight that I did gain down there isn't very flattering, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to being able to like work out and tone what I've gained. Like I don't really care about what's on the scale per se. Like yeah, I obviously would like to drop some weight after this, and I'm sure I will, between breastfeeding and stuff like that. But I'm not a person that's obsessed with what the scale says personally. I'm more worried about what I can see in the mirror. And I've been struggling with what I see lately. Like obviously I'm like, man, I just made life. I've carried a baby for 9 months. That's a beautiful thing. Like the stretch marks are awesome. And I don't like like I know that stretch marks are normal and I don't think anything bad of them. It's just hard to look at sometimes. Like you can tell yourself all you want to. I'm talking about me personally. I don't want to offend anyone or like anything like that. But me personally, like I could tell myself every day so many times, you know, your stretch marks aren't that big of a deal. They're normal. Everyone has them. You've carried 2 children. Like it's okay. I know Christopher doesn't have a problem with it. And it's still hard to look at them and not just be like, oh, ew. And obviously I know you can't get rid of stretch marks. Like, they'll fade, just like mine faded from London. I don't really like the texture, especially in the deep ones, and it's really hard for like itching. Like, trying to itch over really deep stretch marks is so hard. I have really deep ones in my inner thighs, and when those itch, it just feels so weird. The texture is so weird. What are you doing? You need to take a little nap. Night. She's been really a handful. It's a combination of still teething. She's working on her canines, which are like one of the worst ones. I think one of them have popped through already, and it just needs to come all the way out. But I think the other side is going to be popping through soon, which is the most painful part, is when it has to break through. And then her bottom ones will be coming soon also. So she's grumpy from teething. I think she senses that something's about to change, and like she's just reading signals kind of. So she's been really off the past couple of days. And yeah, I'm hoping that it gets better, because I'm about to be coming home with a newborn and I'm gonna have to adjust to things. And if she's making it 10 times harder, it's gonna be no fun with her like sleep regressions and stuff that she's doing right now. Anyways, yeah, the stretch marks, I know that they'll eventually fade. Like, they themselves won't go away, but they won't be so like red and irritated. It'll take a couple months, which I don't really like that they're there, but I'm also like, it's not that big of a deal. It just depends on the day, you know. That's just how people work most of the time. Like, I struggle with it sometimes, but not all the time. You know, that makes any sense. But I know I could have technically worked out during my pregnancy. Like, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but I personally didn't really work out before pregnancy, which is bad on my part, I know. So they don't really recommend that you pick up working out during pregnancy. Like, you can continue it if you already did it, but most people will tell you not to start during pregnancy. And also, I was just pretty miserable and like not very mobile this pregnancy because of how my hips and legs have been. It's not really possible for me to do stuff like squats and leg workouts and things like that, which is where I need to focus on. Like, walking is hard enough. Getting up and down is really hard for me, especially as every week passes, it gets harder and harder. A lot of the times I can't even put weight on my legs at all. So working out would have been really hard for me to do during pregnancy, especially at the end of this pregnancy. Otherwise, I like would have, I guess. But just so much has been going on, so much has happened. My body's been doing so much, and I just didn't keep up with working out during pregnancy. So now I have to wait till after to like get rid of whatever pregnancy did, you know? Like I said, the main thing that I'm worried about is just making my legs and my butt look better, because it's pretty gross in my opinion. And even Christopher made a comment about how it looks a little weird now, which I don't like blame him for it. Like, I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. He wasn't being mean or anything like that. He was just saying, and I was like, I know what you mean. I thought the same thing. So I want to get into working on that and like get to a place where I'm actually happy with my body, which is gonna be kind of difficult because I hate working out, especially at home. Like, I can't really go join a gym because I have 2 kids and I won't put them in a gym daycare. And Christopher won't necessarily be home for that much longer. Like, we don't know when he's gonna go back to work or what is gonna change in that situation. And with breastfeeding and stuff like that, it's just not really possible for me to go off and do stuff like that yet. Maybe when Ashlyn's a little bit older and isn't like super young and dependent on me. It just depends. So for now, I'll have to stick with at-home workouts, which honestly I hate doing them because it just doesn't feel like it ever will do anything. It feels much more productive to work out on a machine for me. I don't know why I think that, but it's just how I've always been. What's wrong? You need to take a nap. Good night-night. Obviously, I can't do anything right after she's born because I'll have to wait for my 6 weeks clearance. But I am kind of like scared of how I'm gonna feel with how I'm gonna look after I give birth. I'm sure I'm gonna struggle with it. And a lot of times, honestly, I have to just avoid looking in mirrors or like looking at old pictures because that's what really gets me down. It's like when I look at old pictures and I'm like, I can't believe I thought that I was fat back then, or I can't believe that I hated my body so much back then and look at me now, you know? It's hard not to think that way, even though I try not to. But I definitely, once I get my 6 week clearance, want to get into being better about exercising. And up until then, I can do like light walks and stuff whenever I'm feeling up to it. And of course I can do my part with staying hydrated, which I need to for breastfeeding anyways, and also eating better. I'm really bad about eating a lot of junk, honestly. As a picky eater, it's hard for me to like eat super healthy. Like, I don't really like many foods, so I just stick to what I like. And what I like isn't necessarily the best. Like, I'm not terrible, but I just like to snack a lot. And I want to switch from doing so many unhealthy snacks to doing more like just fruits and vegetables whenever I want to snack. And stuff like that. Like, that's what I can do up until my 6 weeks clearance. And breastfeeding will help me lose some weight, hopefully. And yeah, I just need to try to not be so hard on myself and stay motivated and stuff like that, really. Because I took my old body for granted a lot before London and even after London. And it's changed a lot over the years, which obviously that happens, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just want to be happy and confident in my own skin, you know, which is really hard for me personally. I struggle a lot with self-esteem and anxiety and stuff like that, which you guys kind of know because I talk about it sometimes. But yeah, that was just something I wanted to talk about a little bit, I guess. If anyone else is feeling the same way, just don't be so hard on yourself. Got all our groceries in, and I'm about to put them away. Got all this crap. Hose for him to go fill a pool up real quick in a second. He got his haircut. We did our bank stuff. What are you doing, London?
Ohio.
Wow. Alright, you guys. I made a chocolate cookie brownie, or a chocolate chip cookie brownie thing. I'm about to have some of that and some ice cream with some sprinkles. And then it'll be about bedtime, so I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video now. I also have some sparkling grape juice. Haven't had it in a minute. I love me some sparkling grape juice. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video now. I got a long day tomorrow. I mean, it's kind of long, but not really long. You know, it's longer than usual. I have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of preparations to do. Christopher's playing zombies out there very loudly. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment below. Subscribe to the channel before you go if you have not already. And I'll see you tomorrow.